Your country 1039 KGRT, Post Malone, Blake Shelton, and pour me a drink. Well, I do have my coffee. That's right, time for our question of the day today. And we are talking movies today. In fact, talking movies because on Saturday night, Steven Spielberg and George Lucas presented Francis Ford Coppola with a Lifetime Achievement Award from the American Film Institute. Now, during his tribute, Spielberg named what he believed is the greatest American film of all time. And quite obviously, it was one of Coppola's. He said, The Godfather is the greatest American film of all time. Now, when you're talking names like Spielberg and Lucas and Coppola, three names that are obvious legends in the film industry, you're going like, well, maybe they have a pretty good idea about that. But, I think we all have our own ideas of what is the greatest American film in all of history. But is the greatest film always our favorite? Yeah, because our favorite films may not necessarily be the best films out there. I mean, I still love Howard the Duck and Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. Remember that one? I've actually got it on my computer right now. But yeah, there are lots of films that are my favorites, but wouldn't necessarily be considered the greatest American film. So I had to think, what would be the greatest American film that I've seen? Or I've seen. Then you can go classics. You go absolute classics. Casablanca, yeah, I would definitely put that one up there. Maybe something like a Amadeus or The Wizard of Oz is in there. You can even break it down into categories: best comedy, best animated film, all that other stuff. But what do you think overall, however, everything would be the greatest American film? Or maybe just the greatest American film that you like? Yeah, that's my question of the day today. What is the greatest American film out there, in your opinion? Everybody's opinion matters, right? If I had to think about that, I think what makes a good film is maybe a message, maybe a lesson that is learned right there. And yeah, there's so many good ones. I can go. Because I'm a movie guy. I watched a lot of movies growing up. I was raised as a cable kid and going out to the theater and watching movies on all of the movie channels that we had at the time. There's stuff that I used to watch that I loved, like, Amadeus, love that movie. Or maybe Schindler's List, great movie, watched that one in the theaters. And, or even, I don't know, maybe my mom's favorite film, which I think was It's a Wonderful Life. That's a Christmas movie, but still so good. And you know what? This could be anybody's opinion. It's your ideas, no judgment or anything else like that. Well, I probably got some judgment for Howard the Duck, but that's beside the point. Let me know your answers for our question of the day. What is the greatest American film, in your opinion? Your question of the day brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces. Call those in, text those in, or leave your comments online, because we are live on our social media pages. Okay, I know. I talked a little bit more than I should have about that one, but yeah, movies. I think everybody loves movies. Sorry, I just saw Bobby's comment, and she said Spaceballs is the greatest American movie of all time. And, I'm not going to argue with that one because, it's a great movie. Spaceballs 2, by the way, they're working on it. It's going to come out here pretty soon. No, but I think of all the movies that I used to, and I watched, every movie I think that came out. Jaws should actually be in there. Speaking of, Spielberg, Jaws is a great movie. Forrest Gump, also one of my favorite movies. But my favorite movies probably wouldn't be considered like the greatest American movies of all time. Like, in fact, I don't think Logan's Run is actually an American movie, but it's one of my favorites. Excalibur, I know, is not an American movie. That's an English movie. Still one of my favorite movies. Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeve is indeed a an American movie, and it's one of my favorites of all time, but not a lot of people know about it. Speaking of Christopher Reeve, Superman in there. How is that not one of the greatest American movies, even for a superhero movie? But it's all opinion on everything. Oh, somebody just sent me a text message, said The Green Mile. Great movie. Awesome movie. I know a lot of people didn't realize that was not a Spielberg. It was a Stephen King written book. Yeah, his movie right there. So horror movies, Halloween has got to be in there. Salem's Lot, I think. Well, that one's okay. Just about anything from Stephen King. All of those are all good. But yeah, it's like I said, it's all a matter of opinion. So I don't know. Let your opinion be known. What is the greatest American movie of all time? Another one just popped in my head. American Graffiti. That's a great movie there. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on in and around the world. It looks like Apple is developing an AI-powered smart glasses and AirPods with cameras. I guess you can get that 180-degree view with your AirPods, right? The projects are facing technical challenge and may not launch anytime soon. They'll figure it out. The world's first 3D printed Starbucks coffee shop opened up yesterday in Brownsville, Texas. 1,400 square foot location features a drive-through pickup desk, but no indoor seating due to its small size. Actually, I've seen the 3D printed houses and stuff like that. Those are actually pretty cool. They really are. And we're talking like giant concrete printers, basically is what it is. Netflix plans to launch a reality competition series called The Golden Ticket, inspired by Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, another great movie. Let's see. Oreo has introduced a new chocolate-covered pretzel flavored cookie, which I assume would just be a chocolate-covered pretzel, not necessarily a cookie. Just saying. And speaking of pretzels, Oots has debuted limited edition lemonade-flavored potato chips. New chips combine sweet tart lemonade taste with Oots Crush. Okay, crunchy lemonade. Also, salsa sold at Costco is being recalled because it may contain wood. San Juan Salsa Company recommends avoiding recalled products for safety. Safety is it. Or, if you're a woodpecker, maybe that works. I'm just kidding. The woodpeckers will not, Carpenter ants, maybe. I'm not sure. One of those two. They probably love it. And yeah, I think that's about it. So once again, we are looking for answers for our question of the day. According to Bobby, Spaceballs is the greatest American movie. And The Green Mile, which is a great movie, absolutely. Even right there, I was thinking prison movies now. Escape from Alcatraz, that's got to be a good one in there. So many good movies. But remember, is your favorite movie necessarily the greatest American film? I don't know. But in your opinion, what is the greatest American film? Let me know your answers for our question of the day. Call them in, text them in, leave your comments down below. And our question of the day is brought to you by the Farmers and Crafts Market of Las Cruces.